Buy 10 tickets on Dynasty. Okay.
What is up? What's up, guys? Steve here, Dynasty Life Fantasy Football. Special guest tonight, Kyle from Fantasy Football Network. What is up, my guy?
Not much, man. Just getting ready for week 14.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while since we've been on together. I miss you guys.
Too, man. It has been too long. We're trying to put some stuff together, and then we got busy with these Tuesday night events, and
yeah,
it just hadn't worked out. But we'll get something figured out in the off season for next year for a separate deal. But if you're doing this 4 nights a week, you might not have time anyway. So
always got time, baby. Always got time, especially to network and stuff like that. But yeah, guys, make sure you guys tune in on Tuesdays to Fantasy Football Network. They're always giving out. What you guys giving out next week?
Next week, I think we're giving out our second Brandon Ayuk jersey, if I'm not mistaken.
So yeah, giving out jerseys, and I guess tell us a little bit about that. How can we, what are you guys doing? How do you get part of that and be entered to try and win one of those jerseys?
Yeah, so when you come to YouTube and find us on Tuesday nights, we start at 9 Eastern. We go for 4 hours. And once you're there, there's a link in the description of that video that'll actually take you to a page, and it'll give you all kinds of different ways to earn entries, like in posts, just dropping a like on the video on YouTube, enter your email address. Like, there's all these different things you can do to get entries. We have people, and the entries roll from week to week. Mm-hmm. We have people with hundreds of entries that we're drawn from every week. Yeah, it's super exciting. We also have a free DraftKings contest that we put on every week where viewers can come on, play against me and Corey. The top person that isn't me or Corey wins one of these T-shirts. Nice. Bear clothing. Got the network logo on the back. Absolutely free. Of course, you got to be 18. You got to follow the rules of DraftKings, but otherwise, totally free. And we were on last night for a little bit. If you go back and find that video, there's a link in there if you want to join that.
Cool. Yeah, guys, definitely go check that out. Kevin, what up, Kev? Can Jeff Wilson come back out and play?
Man, makes me a little nervous this week, right? Like,
yeah, no, definitely.
I've talked to some people, and it sounds like it was like mostly disciplinary. He had that beef on social media and was being a jackass, and so
really,
I think it was kind of a disciplinary deal to prove a point. I would expect he gets back to his normal workload this week, but man, I'd be nervous putting him in there.
Yeah, no, definitely, absolutely.
Which is too bad because it's an amazing matchup that you want to take advantage of.
Yep. Absolutely. But yeah, I mean, hopefully he does. I would be very shit scared to play him, especially if this is a week that, you need to win. I know it's, one of these last weeks here. I mean, I think a few, 3-4 of my leagues, like it's come down to this week. So
same.
Same with you, yeah.
Those are nerve-wracking weeks, especially when 6 teams are on a bye.
Yeah.
You're just like, holy crap, week 14, we got 6 teams out.
It's
messed up.
It's bad, very bad. But
also, just a heads up, it just started storming here like 5 minutes before we started. So if I lose electricity, you'll know what happened. I disappeared.
I gotta start Kendall Hinton in one league.
Oh man, that's rough, bro.
Yeah, bro, it's rough. This is it's a dynasty league, and I've got a bunch of guys on bye.
It must be a deep one.
Yeah, 14 team. I'm in a few 14 team actually. I like it. Tommy, I need 2 RBs and a flex, full PPR. Jeff Wilson, we're just talking about him. Isaiah Pacheco, Leonard, Fournette, DJ Moore, or Devonta Smith. Fournette, had a little injury, didn't he? Do we know if he's definitely playing?
He's questionable, but from what I've read, it's on the bad side of questionable. So even if he does play a little bit, he'd probably be limited.
Yeah, that's gonna be rough. Then.
I don't like Devontae Smith that much against the Giants. So I'm going Wilson, Pacheco, and DJ Moore. DJ Moore plays better with Darnold. They have a little bit better connection, and Seattle's not superimposing. I think they'll have to throw because I think Seattle will put up points. So,
yeah. What's Devonta been doing? Yeah, Devonta's got the Giants. I mean, I'm so scared to play Wilson, bro. But he's got to play two running. He's got to play two running backs. So yeah, Wilson and Pacheco's definitely got to make the move, especially with Fournette being injured. And then you've got DJ Moore or Devonta Smith. I love me some DJ Moore. And Devonta had a good game last game, and he's not very consistent, maybe. So yeah, I'm going to take DJ Moore because that is my guy. I love me some DJ Moore.
I do love DJ Moore. I wish he had better track record of quarterbacks there. And
it sucks that Baker, and
dude, I know it's funny.
I tried to give him a chance, bro, and people were hounding me on it. I tried to give him a chance. I'm like, all right, he's at least the best QB that at least that DJ Moore's played with pretty much up until that point, and it's like, oh man, it was very disappointing. It upset me. It hurt me.
And then he goes to LA last night and leads a comeback against Vegas. Like, I'm telling you, it was a coaching situation. It was poor play calling, poor play design, horrible line play. I mean, LA's line is awful too, but they designed plays. Baker, like, I'm an OU fan, so I watched him in college. That little play action, rollout, designed rollout, not run for your life from you're supposed to be in the pocket rollout. Like, that's his game. And they were calling plays that played to that strength. And when he was there, Matt Rule was still there, and they just couldn't figure that out. So,
yeah, that's one thing I kept saying about DJ Moore. It's like, why are they not they're throwing screen passes to Shenault and he's taking it to the house? And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why are we not trying to get the best guy on the team the ball? Like, I don't understand. He wasn't really getting the targets as much either, and it was just very upsetting.
People love to hate on Baker, but putting in a circumstance where you play to his strength with a coach that has confidence in him, you saw last night, it made a huge difference. And he don't have a line or weapons on that team to speak of. So
well, he didn't have nothing to lose. I mean, he didn't even know the plays. He's just like, I'm gonna just sling this shit, and whatever happens. But I always said, even like in Cleveland, like he kind of didn't really get a fair shake. He was hurt, and then I just felt like the whole OBJ and Landry thing was a very hard thing for him, where he's kind of, he's got these guys that are proven in the league, and now he's has to get them the ball somehow one way or another.
Well, it was a weird deal too, because he had so many different offensive coordinators there just in Cleveland. The last year he was there, he was hurt. Mm-hmm. Odell Beckham is a damn locker room cancer as it is.
Yeah.
But, it was just – when they weren't handing the ball off, the plays were not designed very well. Half the time he did get it to them, they dropped it, and it was the whole situation was just rough.
Yeah. I had seen a video of Baker throwing a touchdown to somebody on the team or whatever, and on the Browns. And after that, Landry and OBJ were just kind of walking back, and he, went up to them, put his arms around them, and he's like, I'm gonna get you guys, don't worry. And I just like seeing that, it just made me feel so bad, how he feels, how he felt probably so forced to try and, under pressure to get them the ball,
Yeah, well, yeah, and I think part of the reason too, that last year, but then when he was in Carolina, it was his confidence was hurt because he's used to, when he was at OU and the first couple of years in Cleveland, everybody was with him, ride or die, we'll follow you off a cliff. And then all of a sudden OBJ comes in there like a diva. And just, I don't know, it ruined everything. It ruined the whole synergy. And he kind of carried that into a bad coaching situation in Carolina. And, it is what it is.
It was fine when they didn't have, the superstars, when they were just playing and,
yeah.
he took a shit team, and, kind of turned it around. So
The funniest part to me, though, was Tony is one of the people that have been giving me the hardest time. And then he's a Raiders fan. And so he texted me after the game last night. He goes, well, I guess I deserve that.
Oh, God, that's funny. Yeah, I mean, even that game last night, damn.
It was so exciting. I scared my dog cheering for him at the end, dude. It was crazy.
I was screaming like for Baker Mayfield. I was like, what?
I was too, dude. I was so excited.
Couldn't even, believe it, but I loved it. I loved every minute of it. I loved how he just had no fear, nothing to lose, and was just slinging that shit.
He looked like college Baker again.
Yeah.
Last night. He was having fun.
Yeah.
It was fun to watch.
He's got to stop with the headbutting thing.
Dude, I know me and Corey were talking about that too.
Like, they're gonna take him out for some concussion bullshit.
He's gonna put him in the concussion protocol if he's not careful. Like, I know you're excited, but you got to be smart.
Right? Shit. I like it though. I like the life. I like the life. Kevin, choice of flex play between Wilson, Foreman, and Thielen. That's a good one. Shit, I think I'm rolling with Foreman on this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Foreman. There's a little bit of a chance he gets game scripted out.
That's the one
they
thing.
Fall behind, but I'm not playing Wilson over him. And Thielen makes me more nervous than ever now that they got Hawkinson.
Yeah, definitely. He hasn't been that involved at all.
If the Vikings fan isn't picking Thielen out of this, I'm not either.
Listen, when they got Hawkinson, they were looking to add another wide receiver. They were in the hunt for trying to trade for one of these wide receivers, and they wind up just taking Hawkinson instead. But Osborne is good, but he didn't really step up into like that guy. And Thielen is just kind of getting old now.
I think Osborne's got a chance to be a good number 2. Kirk Cousins seems to kind of trust him in certain situations, so I think they'll go a long way. I think right now they're kind of defaulting to Thielen because he's a veteran.
Yeah,
but he's definitely on the backside of his career.
Yeah, I mean Osborne's not bad. He's a good player. I do like him, but I like the role that he's in right now. I would want to get a better player. I just like the situation that he has and the role that he has. I like that little role for him. I don't know about giving him too much. But he's actually.
You need one of these number 2s like some of these teams have, like a Devontae Smith or, a T. Higgins or something. You need like a really good number 2. And then you throw Hawkinson and KJ in there. It's like, holy crap, in that offense. maybe upgrade on Cousins. Maybe draft a QB this year, let him play a couple years behind Cousins, learn the offense, and then boom.
Yep. Definitely. All right, so we're going with Foreman there. Patrick, standard league, Singletary, Hollywood, or Mike Williams?
Mike Williams.
Mike Williams is coming back, as they say.
I'm not a huge fan of the matchup for Hollywood. You don't know if it's going to be him or Hopkins against New England. It's kind of tough. Singletary, I'm not touching after last week's game with James Cook.
Yep.
Until I see it change back for a couple of weeks, and by then the season will be over. So, I'm not playing Singletary anymore this year.
Yeah, I agree. I'll take the chance on Mike Williams just catching a bomb, maybe.
Against Miami, they're going to have to throw. So,
exactly.
As long as he doesn't hurt himself in the game, I think Mike Williams will have a good one.
Yeah, you got a great matchup, and again, Hollywood playing that that New England D. The D is always great every year. He said, or Gabe Davis. My bad. I didn't see that, Patrick. My bad. Does that change your mind?
No. I'm sticking with Mike.
No. I hate Gabe Davis.
As boom or bust as Mike Williams is, Gabe Davis is worse.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
I recognized Patrick there, though. He's been on our Spilt Coffee on Sundays before. I don't think he's been there since you quit coming on with us. We'll have to get you back on here.
Get on. I do mine at 11, but I don't get much going on because I know there's a ton of people doing it. So I mean,
Yeah, we get pretty good interaction. We're on at noon Eastern for an hour.
Okay. Yeah.
If you want to join up this weekend, let me know and I'll shoot you a deal. But if you're doing your own, then probably won't work out.
No, well, either way, because I do mine at 11, and then the other one will be 12 anyway, so that's fine. But yeah,
you don't do 2 hours. You just do an hour. Just
I just do an hour on Sunday.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll shoot you a link then.
Yeah, shoot me a link, then I'll come to it definitely. We got a few. We definitely got a bunch of crosses everywhere. Tommy, my other league, I'm fighting for the number 1 seed, full PPR flex. Adam Thielen, Rashad White, DPJ, or Michael Carter. If I'm thinking if Barkley doesn't play, I'll throw White in for RB. Your thoughts?
I think your choice there for flex is definitely Rashad White. However, if Barkley doesn't play and you got to move White to RB, then Donovan Peoples-Jones is your play.
I agree.
It's looking like Amari might be a little limited this weekend.
100%. That's a nice, pretty easy call. Definitely going with White and Peoples-Jones there. Lucius, what's up, Lucius? Thanks for tuning in, guys. Guys, make sure you hit that like and subscribe if you haven't. Lucius, whose defense would you prefer this week, the Pats or the Titans? Thanks for all the assistance this season. No problem, Lucius. Always, we're here for you, bro. Pats or Titans? Who's the Titans got this week?
Titans have got Jacksonville. Then New England has Arizona.
Titans are playing at home.
That's tough.
Listen, the Pats are a team that what do they have? The number 1 defense right now, if I'm not mistaken. Are they number 1 in fantasy?
I'm not sure actually off the top of my head, but I think I like the Titans better here.
I do like the Titans better, but I mean, if you got
Arizona's pretty healthy.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad with going with the Pats just because it doesn't really matter. They're pretty much scoring points, but for this week, yeah, I do like the Titans. They are playing at home, and I love that the Titans will just give the rock to Derrick Henry 30 times, 35 times, and just eat up the clock as well. So let's roll with the Titans. Kevin, pick 2, Superflex, QB, Brady, Watson, Murray. Shit.
Oh,
I don't know if I'm ready to play. Well, I think I want to see Watson just do decent first before I plug him in. I very much urged everybody to not play Watson the first week he came back. Hopefully, everybody listened. But
Murray is a for sure. I'm torn on the other 2.
How are you feeling about?
Because Brady against San Fran is.
That is too. I didn't even look at the matchup yet.
Watson's playing Cincy. I could see him maybe finding a rhythm there.
Yeah.
But if Amari's out, I mean, I guess he's got Njoku and DPJ, but
I'm still rolling Watson. Fuck it. I'm going to take the chance on Watson in this one. I know I said I want to see him play, but Superflex is a little bit different because you got to actually play somebody. But Brady has been garbage. The whole offense has been garbage, and the 49ers have been fire on defense. So
now I did see just a little bit ago, Nick Bosa might not play. Looking like he might not play this week. So that makes that pass rush not quite as bad. But I think I'm still going to roll with Watson over Brady here.
Yeah, I'm going to roll. I think I got to. I mean, Brady has put up one 20-point game.
Yeah. I think Watson, I could see him now that he's kind of back in the groove of a game week and that prep that, I think maybe he'd do a little better this week.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to kill it, but I don't think Brady is going to kill it either. So I'll take the chance on Watson in this one. Simp, what's up, Simp? RBs are CMC and Swift. Wide receivers are Higgins, Godwin. Need 2 to flex out of Mike Williams, Jameson Williams, right? Or Jamal Williams.
Probably Jamal.
Jamal Williams, my bad. McKinnon, I think both the Williams also grabbed Homer to block opponent who has Walker if he's out. It's a nice move. Some people call it scummy, but I don't give a fuck.
Dude, I am a champion of those defensive pickups. I have a league where I was mathematically – I had everything on the schedule go wrong for me this year. I was mathematically eliminated from the playoffs like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I'm still picking up guys on waivers, just blocking people, just fucking shit up. Like, I don't need any of these guys. Like, I picked up Watson as a third QB in a couple of leagues just so nobody else could. I love it. But yes, you're correct. I think the 2 Williams is the way to go.
Yeah, I agree with you. Simp, you got it perfect, man. You got it, brother. Don't think Homer is a play, even if Walker out. I mean, I do like Homer as a play if you.
I like Homer if Walker's out
because there's nobody else that like somebody's got to get the ball.
Yeah, Tony Jones might factor in for a handful of touches, but it'll be all Homer.
Yeah. Chaka, what up, Chaka? Bros is brother bro.
What the hell?
Chaka, my dude, Chaka. I love it. Foreman or Pacheco. A better start if Saquon Barkley sits this week. He said potato chip, Brosephine, Pacheco.
He said bro in there like 8 times. I love it.
Hold on. I guess I gotta take out all the bro shit so I can read this again.
Foreman or Pacheco if Saquon sits.
Foreman.
I think I'm gonna go.
If Saquon sits.
I think I'm going Pacheco there, actually.
Yeah, you like Pacheco?
I like Pacheco.
I think Pacheco.
I think they get a lead and run a lot.
Who are they playing?
In like fourth quarter, I think Denver.
Oh, fuck.
I think they get a lead and run a lot in that fourth quarter.
Just got to pray in the end zone because he just does nothing else.
It was refreshing last week.
I'm still rolling Foreman. Fuck it.
Yeah, last week it was nice to see Pacheco get a handful of catches.
I did. It was. I was like, oh, okay.
That could be a new caveat in his game. I'd like to see that expanded on.
Okay. But yeah, against Seattle, yeah, I'm still I'm rolling with my boy Foreman down the stretch here. Foreman, I took to a Dynasty ship last year, rode him to it and lost in the ship, but rode him all the way there. Hey, Animal, what up, my guy? What is up, brother? I'm playing Peoples. Yeah, bro. If you know over who though, who are you playing Peoples over? Let me know. But if Amari's out, it's definitely not a bad play. The matchup is pretty good. Simp, Eagles or Chiefs defense this week?
Chiefs. The Giants are still better than people are giving them credit for.
Oh, yeah. Chiefs are, yeah.
Denver's absolute dog shit.
They're playing Denver. I mean, you can expect no more than, 15 points?
And no fewer than 2 turnovers. So,
how about Russ, though? What a huge
Dude, could you imagine being a Denver fan right now?
You know, and
I bet they're wishing they had Baker Mayfield after last night.
Right? Listen, and beforehand, like I did like Russ, but when he was going to Denver, like something just didn't like sit right with me. I didn't like in any of. I don't have any Sutton shares. I don't have any Judy shares. I refuse to draft the wide receivers and Russell Wilson. I drafted Russ in one league at a 9 or 10 that I'm in. But that's it. I didn't touch the wide receivers, and I don't know. I just kind of had this feeling. But what did you think like about this, and especially the big, huge drop off, especially Dynasty? I mean, shit, you're fucked.
Dude, I had high hopes when he was traded.
Yeah.
And at the time, I already had stock. I had Sutton in my Dynasty league. And after like the first couple of weeks, I sold him.
I was just gonna say, I was like, bro, if you would have sold him the first couple of weeks, it would have been.
You're out of there. It worked out fine for me. The only other Broncos I've owned across any of my leagues is I had a lot of Alberto coming into the season, dropped him everywhere. A couple of good weeks, picked up Dulcich, and now he's back on the waivers too. Like, you just can't trust any of them, man.
Hey, Animal Titans. If Lawrence is out, I guess he was answering that other question. Pat's number 1 in a few categories. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But I still like the matchup way better. I mean, Chiefs D. Oh, my bad. I missed that. I like Shark this week in a high-scoring game. Shark is very sneaky.
I like Amon Ra. I'm not,
I've been
not a huge chart guy.
I've been talking up Amon Ra way before the season, and everybody fucking hated me.
Oh, dude, I love Amon Ra.
But the absolute man. But yeah, Shark is a little sneaky, very sneaky. But let me see what he did last game, because he definitely.
I could see sticking him in a DFS lineup maybe if you need a cheap receiver, but I'm not playing him in a season long.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're in like a deep like start 10, start 11. I mean, I don't see why you would need to play DJ Shark. There should be better options out there. Simp 1 and 2 seed play against each other this weekend. Second seed lose and I win, I get bye. So it's cutthroat. Yeah, man. This is the week, bro. I think Foreman's dinged up. Foreman is a little dinged up, but he'll be fine by the time the game rolls around. That guy's like
they've already said he's gonna play, so
he reminds me of like a mini Derrick Henry.
He's like Sam's choice Derrick Henry.
Yeah. Exactly. Pathmark version. That's it. Simp. So if Walker's out, who would you replace Homer for? Jamal or Mike? If Walker's out, who would you replace Homer for? What do you mean in your lineup? Do you have Homer in right now? Is that what you're asking? Play Jamal or Mike? Did we not? Did I miss that? Did we go over that, Simp?
Yeah, we went over that. I thought
we did. I don't think Homer's a play even with break. Yeah, we did go over that. We went with the two Williamses. That's right. That was the two Williamses question. Simp. Yeah, we're going with both of the Williamses. Animal says Pickens. I cut Pickens. You cut Pickens. Watson was the pickup of the year. Christian Watson. Okay. I don't mind that. Christian Watson instead of Pickens.
Yeah, Christian Watson was a great pickup this year.
Absolutely.
I don't think I'd be ready to cut Pickens necessarily. I guess it depends. If you're in a shallow league, it's fine. He's just so inconsistent because that whole offense is right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought Kenny Pickett was going to be a little bit better, or at least get better. I don't know.
They have been playing better lately, but even like last week against Atlanta, Pickens didn't do nothing, and he should have had a huge game. He'll probably go apeshit this week.
I don't know.
Against Baltimore, I mean, it's another smash spot for him if he does it right.
I hope so. They cannot get him the ball. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's rough. I mean, Najee's starting to turn around a little bit. That was like a big bust early in the season. I mean,
a lot of that has
really had one fucking blowout game, and then he's back to scoring 10 points a game. So
I think a lot of that has to do with the matchups, though.
Yeah, I mean, in Dynasty, like I don't mind to buy low if you need to. Hopefully next year they're a little bit better, but I'm not spending anything significant.
Yeah,
late first is probably the most I'd spend. I wouldn't spend a mid, so just don't go and do that. Josh Jacobs scared me last night. Yeah, bro, I in my dynasty league, in one of my dynasty leagues I'm in, I was going against Josh Jacobs and fucking Mac Hollins. And
you were hoping Josh Jacobs just stayed out. Like
I was shitting a brick at first. I'm like, God, especially like first quarter, first fucking drive, they scored a touchdown. I'm like, oh fuck, this should have started early.
Here we go, yeah.
And then it's like halftime, the dude's got like fucking 18 carries already. I'm like, what are they gonna hand it to him 40 times? Like, what is going on here?
They probably would have if he hadn't hurt his hand.
Then he gets hurt, and I'm like, all right, fucking yes. And I'm, not praying on the downfall or injuries or anything like that. But in this situation, I just needed him to do the smart thing. He's playing for a contract. Don't hurt yourself more, bro. Just, chill out. Sit your ass down. Your team's up. They don't need you right now.
Exactly. Yeah. Play it safe. Just be cautious, would you?
And And in this particular Dynasty League, you get a bonus 5 points if you go over 100 yards rushing or receiving. And he had 99.
He missed it by one, bro. Oh, my God.
Yes, but then on the other hand, they're fucking handing the ball off to Mac Hollins like he's Debo.
That's true. I was like, holy crap. Holland's getting a lot of play tonight.
Yo, bro, I was shitting bricks on those end arounds, man.
That's the
because
first
it
time
was
I've
just
actually-
open space, bro.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's the first time I'd actually watched the Raiders this year. It was interesting.
listen, Derek Carr.
I only watched him because Baker was playing.
Yeah,
Otherwise, I wouldn't have tuned into that game.
probably wouldn't have either. Well, I guess I had the fantasy shit on the line, so yeah, I would have tuned in. But yeah, crazy. But as far as like Derek Carr, I am a Derek Carr hater for the longest.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think
He's never been like he's a good NFL like QB, but he's not a good fantasy quarterback. He's horrible.
Yeah, same.
Never been good. He's just a QB2, and like that's it. He's never reached QB1 range. I think over 30 touchdowns only like once in his career, and it was exciting that Devontae was going there, and it's like, oh shit, you got Devontae, you got Waller, you've got Renfro. But Waller just can't stay healthy for nothing.
Yeah, Waller's missed most of the year.
Devontae's been awesome, better than I expected. But
Waller's the new Kittle when it comes to injuries.
Oh man, just can't stay healthy for anything. I had a guy that in this one Dynasty League, there's a guy he traded Derek Carr and Waller for Andrews and Lamar. And I know both of them. So I'm like, there was more to the trade. It wasn't just that. There was a couple other things. But it was way heavily on the Lamar and Andrews side.
Well, no doubt, dude. That's a no-brainer for him.
He lost the matchup this week. He's going to lose the matchup this week because he's got Carr. He would have had Waller, but Waller's hurt. But he also has Devontae Adams, so he's totally fucked.
Man, to get Mark Andrews in a dynasty, like that's money.
Yeah, I mean, it's his first kid. This kid was his first time doing Dynasty, and he didn't want to listen to nobody. To be fair, it was like an orphan team, so he took over the team and had to make some.
He gave away his best players. Like
wanted to make it like his own thing, and it's like, oh man, ugh, just can't do that. I mean, is there a chance Derek Carr is not the quarterback for the Raiders next year?
No, I think they'll stick with him. Because I agree with Hey Animal. I think they'll have a new coach next
Maybe
year.
one more. But what if they? I've seen them draft and some mocks actually draft a QB.
I think they should draft somebody, but I still think that Carr will stick it out another year. Because if they have a new coach, they'll want some sort of continuity.
Yeah,
I think, but
I give him maybe one more year. I don't know about after that.
Josh McDaniels needs to stick with just offensive coordinating. He cannot head coach. I mean, he already proved it with the Broncos, and now they gave him a shot, and he's failing again. Like,
yeah, Raiders have a new coach next year, maybe this year. I mean, they have. I don't know what's wrong. They had a pretty good team. I mean, I know Waller's out, and
they got enough talent. They should be winning more games.
But it's like, what is happening? Like, how did they even wind up losing last night? Like, they were dominating just all game. Like, I don't know. Baker, number one pick, Baker.
You lose to the Colts with a brand new coach that's never coached before, and then and then you lose to Baker Mayfield, who everybody in the league hates apparently.
I saw that. Who was, in the building for like 48 hours, not even.
Like that just doesn't. That's not a good look.
Doesn't even know the plays. Doesn't know. All right, just run a 10-yard curl. I'll hit you. I don't know.
He's literally wearing like an entire play sheet on his arm, and McVay was just calling numbers in. Like,
I saw that.
He had the flight out with the playbook, and then he had one practice with the team. That's incredible to me.
It is incredible. It is incredible. That's what makes it even better. That's what makes it even better.
That's why I love sports, man. The stories.
Yeah, listen, Baker was, a first overall pick. Like, he was a first round pick. I mean, and especially when it comes to like Dynasty and even in the NFL, like that's why it always ties into each other. Like those first round picks will get chance after chance after chance after chance, rather than a guy that's been picked in the third, fourth, fifth, sixth and beyond. They're just all, Sam Darnold is still getting chance after chance. Like, it's
Well,
crazy.
that's another thing. I was talking to my dad the other day. The way the NFL draft is set up, with the shit teams getting the first picks, is the best college quarterbacks come into the NFL in the worst circumstances.
Yes, always.
And that's why you see a lot of very successful late round quarterbacks, is because they get a chance to come in and develop and learn from a veteran before they have to start. Or these young guys that go to these bad teams have to come in and start right away, and it just pretty much sets them up for failure.
Absolutely. I mean, look at Josh Rosen. That was a sad, horrible situation.
That was the same year Baker was drafted. That was the year the draft was in Dallas, and me and my brother went. It's the only draft I've ever been to, but we went to that one.
How was that?
To see Baker get drafted. It was great.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Baker. I still can't believe that shit. Saquon, we still don't know if he's playing yet, right? That's going to be...
Yeah, like they got him listed as questionable, and it seems like he's truly questionable, like game time decision questionable, which is a little concerning. Luckily, he plays the early slate Sunday, so we'll know early.
Yeah, he definitely made a few nice throws, Animal. I'm a Josh fan. He's from my hometown, same high school. I went to his QB camps when I was a kid. Oh, look at you, Patrick. I hope they give him a full 3 years, because these quick turnovers just fuck up the whole franchise.
Oh, Josh McDaniels. Yeah, I mean, and he might. First year with the team, it's tough. I get it. But we'll see. Sometimes these teams can get impatient.
Yeah.
Especially with a couple of embarrassing losses. Like, it wasn't a lot of losses to good teams, like the Colts with Jeff Saturday in his first game and Baker after 2 days in LA. Like, those are embarrassing losses.
Mm-hmm. I loved what Saturday did, though. He was just like, just hand the shit off to JT. Why the fuck are we not playing Matt Ryan? What kind of dumb shit is this?
Well, he did exactly what needed to be done. Everybody was like, oh, he doesn't have any experience. He's like, okay, I'm going to come in, I'm going to make the O-line better, and I'm going to hand the ball to our best player. Mm-hmm. And it's fucking working. Well, until they met Dallas. But it was working pretty good up until that point.
Yeah.
I feel like the bye week couldn't have come at a better time for them after that loss. Go lick your wounds.
Definitely. How about Mariota getting the boot, going to the Pine?
Finally.
Right?
I can't believe they waited so long. Yeah, so in my Dynasty league, I own Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, me too.
I'm a believer in him long term still.
Oh yes, me too.
And I was so excited when Atlanta drafted Desmond Ridder. I was like, yes. And then they just kept on starting Mariota and kept on starting Mariota. And now, of course, Pitts is hurt and it doesn't matter this year. But let's see what the kid's got.
Yeah.
I mean, why not?
Yeah, they got nothing else to lose out of it. I mean, Mariota is he's just okay, and he just is what he is. And I mean, you go out and 2 years in a row draft two guys in the top 10, right? Both of them, and then you're not throwing the football. I mean, and even with and I have Drake London on Dynasty team as well.
I love Drake London.
And you know, and I'm telling everybody, go buy Kyle Pitts and Drake London now this year. Go and buy them. It doesn't matter. You're contending. You're not contending. It doesn't matter. Just go fucking buy him.
Yeah.
He's the cheapest he's ever going to be. Because before the season, I mean, Kyle Pitts was going for at least 2 first-round picks. At least.
Yeah.
He was being drafted in the first round in Dynasty startups, tight end premium or not. Doesn't matter. And
I traded for him last year, his rookie year. Like,
did you? Oh,
like
God.
4 or 5 games in, I traded for him.
What'd you have to?
I don't even remember what the deal was now. Like, I gave a shit ton. Tony's the one that owned him, and he was a fan too. But it cost me an arm and a leg, but it was worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. And even when you look deeper, you know, at the numbers, like the target share is there. Like,
yeah,
these guys,
the air yards are there. Everything's there, but
everything is elite. It's just not showing up in the box score because they're just not throwing the football like that.
yeah,
you know, but we saw Drake London do decent, you know, pretty good last week with a bunch of targets, which they should be, especially with Pitts out. But you know, they need a QB who can at least just throw the ball like a little bit. At least.
I mean, when you're throwing the ball less than 20 times a game, there's just not that many targets to go around.
No, and the one game that really irked me was the one where they were getting blown out by like 30, and Mariota wound up with 13 pass attempts.
Yeah, I was like, what are you even doing out here?
What's happening? But yeah, that was
it's frustrating.
Think Pickens is a squeaky wheel getting the oil this week.
Maybe. I don't think he's been out publicly asking for balls, but usually don't see rookies raise a stink like that. But I could see him trying to make sure he gets the ball this week. He should have had a better week last week.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen him, you know, produce when he does get the ball. We've seen him make some incredible catches already.
Oh, yeah. The dude's a stud.
So, you know, and the only reason why he fell even in the draft was because of his injury. Otherwise, he would have been, you know, he could have been a top pick.
I still think it's hilarious they made Claypool go out and announce the pick of Pickens, and then he ends up in Chicago during the season. Like, here, go out and draft your replacement real fast. Like,
oh God.
I was like, that's fucking dirty. That's what that is.
and you know, being that they went and traded away Claypool, it tells you, especially in dynasty terms, it tells you, you know, what they really think about Pickens. So,
well, I mean, it's pretty clear Pickett prefers him over Deontay Johnson too.
Yeah, Deontay. I mean, damn, that's just,
he's had a terrible year.
I didn't draft him, not in one league. I was afraid because I was high on, you know, what Big Ben did, and like even though he wasn't like great, like he got the ball to where he needed to get the ball to, whether it was Deontay or Najee, whatever the case was, and you know, that going away, you know, is big.
Yeah, I don't own him anymore. Deontay in one league, and it's one of the ones me and Corey co-owned, and it was only because he fell to like the end of the 7th round, and we're like, okay, he was like our 3rd receiver. We're like, okay, we'll take a shot. You know, it's like that late. Why not? And then he turned out to be horse shit. So it is what it is. What I've been disappointed in this year is Pittman. The quarterback situation there.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I own him in my dynasty league too. I'm like, it's got to get better. Like, it's got to get better.
I have DJ Moore in the 2 dynasty leagues actually, and it's like, but when is it going to get better? Like, you know, is it like how long am I willing to wait? Like, you know, it depends what somebody will pay for him. Really,
the nice thing
that's
is
how I feel about it.
Like Pittman and Moore, I feel like you can be a little patient because they're so young still. I think DJ Moore's 24. Pittman's 25.
I think he'll be 20. I think he'll be 26 going into next season, or is he 26 now?
Thought he'd be 25.
He'll be 26 going into next season. He just turned 25 before the season.
So him and Pittman are the same age. Mm-hmm. You can give them a couple years, see if the QB situation gets better, and if not, they'll still have enough name value to trade them for something. But right now, their value's so low because they've had a rough year that it's worth giving him a shot,
Yeah. Sober. What's on Okinkawa? Thanks for tuning in, Sober. Appreciate you, brother. As always, this year and going forward, I own him in Dynasty.
He's a guy I just picked up to stash in my Dynasty.
Yeah, I mean,
the guy's got a lot of talent. Still needs a little development. Right now, there's still, Hooper's the starter, but I think he's got a lot of potential after this year.
He's good. You have him on your Dynasty, so yeah, I would just stash him. I mean, I wouldn't try and trade him away or anything like that. But it's a very unknown. We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. I don't really have much thought or info on it. It's rough with the tight ends to kind of gauge those.
Because it is tough with tight ends because they develop differently than other positions, and it's harder to scout. But Okonkwo is a guy, I think he's got enough talent. If you can afford to just kind of sit on him and wait, if he gets that starting spot, it could be very, very productive. A lot I'm sitting on a couple other guys like Jelani Woods. Could be very, very good. With a full target share.
Absolutely.
Bellinger for the Giants. I like him a whole lot.
I like Bellinger too.
Trey McBride in Arizona is another guy I like. He's had a couple games here with Ertz out, but he's not really worked into that offense.
No, not yet.
I don't think there's that comfort level with Murray necessarily yet, but he was the best tight end.
Yeah, these are guys that you just gotta be patient. Gotta be patient with. You just gotta hold on to them.
So those are all guys I'm stashing as potential, breakout players in the future. Might be a year, might be 2 years. I don't know. Yeah. But in the Dynasty,
depending how deep your league is, I mean, how many teams is in there? Is a tight end premium or not? I mean, I'm guessing if you got Okinkawa, you're probably just holding on to him at this point. Just hold on to him and just see what happens. If you need, a tight end, of course. But who's your starter right now? And how'd you get Okinkawa? Did you just, or however you say his name?
I think it's Okonkwo. I think he actually.
Did you draft him or Okonkwo? There you go, Okonkwo.
But my Dynasty, it's 10 team. The roster, the benches aren't that deep. I kind of wish I'd have made them deeper, honestly, for a Dynasty. But I have Pitts and Goddard, and I'm still stashing, those guys on my bench just because
tight end premium.
It's not a tight end premium, but the state of the tight end position.
Yeah.
There's a lot of teams in that league that don't have a good start, and I'm like, man, in a year or so, I could get some real value out of these guys if they do break out. It's not really costing me anything to stash them, So.
Nah, Sober said super deep bench and league. It is a tight end premium, so you're definitely gonna just hold on to him then at that point. But it does say he did draft Kyle Pitts, Irv Smith, and Okonkwo in a startup this year, so I'm grasping for straws.
I think Okonkwo is a really good stash at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you've got Kyle Pitts, so you don't need to worry.
If it's that deep a league, I don't know. You might not have anything on waivers, but if Bellinger's still out there, I wouldn't mind stashing him if you can get your hands on him.
Yeah, I doubt it. If it's tight end premium, there's no way.
Probably not. Yeah,
shouldn't be anyway. Shouldn't be anyway. But yeah, just hold on to Okonkwo because if something does happen or if he does start playing well, you got Kyle Pitts anyway for the long run, but you trade him for a pick, get some draft capital or something else that you need at a certain point in time.
And Irv Smith could end up somewhere else now that they got Hawkinson.
Yeah.
So they could trade him somewhere else. I don't know what year of his contract he's in, but when he's a free agent in a year or two, he could end up somewhere else that way too.
He might have one more year, unless they just flat out cut him. But the guy just can't stay healthy for nothing. But he has
a hard time staying healthy, but he does have talent. So it's
Absolutely.
If
I
he gets
love.
in the right situation, you might still have some value there.
He's just gotta stay healthy.
Yeah.
But yeah, in one of my dynasty leagues, I have Kyle Pitts and Baby Gronk Frymouth. So
I like
you
Freiermuth a lot.
know, and I love Frymouth, and it's not tight end premium. So you know, there's some people that just don't want to spend on him right now, and I'm like, okay, I'm okay with just holding on to him, just waiting for the value to just keep going up and up and up. So only tight ends on waivers are like one catch a game. Tight ends are like, yeah, of course, at that point, yeah. So are you asking like Okonkwo for this week? I mean, yeah, I guess. What did he do last week? Yeah, he had four.
I don't hate playing him against Jacksonville if you're in a pinch.
He's got 5 targets each the last couple games. Absolutely. Fire up Okonkwo other than the other guys, definitely. Animals always got some jokes going on. You know, CD's nuts. Yeah, I got
Listen,
one of my team names is CD's nuts.
I'm a Cowboys fan. I know CD and his nuts very well. I'm all over him. I'm all over CD and his nuts.
Whoa. Craig Hammer. All right, this is one of my co-hosts. He wasn't able to get on tonight. This is the Hammer checking who the fuck is in my seat. This is Kyle from the Fantasy Football Network.
Just some
Hammer,
fat shit that Steve
Hammer,
knows.
Yeah, Hammer. If you, I'll send you the link if you're home and you want to get on. Let me know. Text me, motherfucker. Oh, where's the link? I'll pop in. Hold up.
Hey, Animal says his nuts are on my chin. Which one, bro? Which chin? Both. The answer is both.
Hold on, let me send this. Here it goes. Sober. Yeah, we saw that already. My bad. Make sure I didn't miss anything here. They're on your chin. I don't know. Oh, my guy. All right, what else? What else do we have going on here? Lamar out, so Huntley. How do you feel about Huntley?
I mean, I think it'd be fine place start if you're a Lamar owner.
Yeah, it was like the same thing almost.
Yeah, he's basically the same guy.
Let's see what he did. Let me go back to last season. I mean, he didn't do that great last season, actually. He had one good game.
I mean, Lamar hasn't been exactly lights out this year.
No,
I don't downgrade Andrews at all with Huntley in there.
No. I actually up Andrews. Huntley throws it way more to Andrews than Lamar.
And I like, as far as Huntley goes, if you're looking for a QB to start, I like him over Brock Purdy and San Fran. I like him over Russell for Denver.
Yeah.
I like him. You know, there's a handful of guys that I would start him over. I'd probably start him over Deshaun Watson, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. I was just gonna ask about the Jets, and is my guy in a suit and tie over here? My brother, what up, Hammer?
There he is.
How's he gonna come in looking all dressed up and sexy, and then we're all sitting here in t-shirts and hats? And
you know, I have to class up the show a little bit. I tuned in, so I'm trying to class up the show a little bit, bring a little bit of spice to the show. What's happening, boys?
Not much, man. We're just hanging out. When you and Bagala said you couldn't get on, I was like, you know what? Instead of doing it by myself like I usually do, I was like, let me see if I could get somebody else on and tune in. And Kyle's always had me, on there with them at Fantasy Football Network and everything. So figured I'd ask him to come on. So again, appreciate you, Kyle, for coming on. But yeah, this is Hammer. This is one of the co-hosts.
What's up, bro?
I can't be mad at it. Yeah, no, I'm at so my wife works for a large doctor's office here in New Jersey. So they had a company, Christmas party. So of course I had to show up. The Armani tie, the suit. I just had to throw that out there just in case. But I figured, listen, my dedication to the show is so real that I popped in from LAX when I was in California. I will pop in from New Jersey when I'm here at a Christmas party. My wife is probably cursing me out to her friends right now. Where the fuck is he? Blah, blah, blah.
He's probably on his goddamn phone talking football.
Right. Almost, I want to say like 3 times a week before she's ready to go to bed, she'll go, babe, are you doing your podcast tonight? And I'm like, maybe. And she's just like, all right.
Listen, you know the schedule. All right. You know.
Yeah, exactly. She does know the schedule. But just checking in, showing some love to the page. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate all the followers, all the subscribers. I know we just crossed the 150 subscriber plateau. We were talking about this last week. So yeah, just appreciate all you guys out there. Kyle, definitely appreciate you jumping in, man. I was tuned in for a little bit, popped outside just to see what was going on. So definitely appreciate you guys. I've been drinking a little bit, so it's
Hammer Jackson said, damn, Hammer looking spiffy.
Oh, we get Sober body shot here.
Sober said, bro, just got out of court.
So I believe the last show we did last Monday, the show just took a wild turn. We were talking about like chicks that we were with. We were talking about like shit that we did when we were 17. Like the show just got way out of hand. So we had to reel it in somehow. But yeah, man, just wanted to pop in. Like I said, show you guys some love. You guys are holding it down. And yeah, man, it's a good shit. It's a good community we're building. I know Steve works hard, with all of the networking, the platforming, everything. He does all the hard work. I kind of just show up and give my opinion, but he's really holding it down and doing his thing. So I definitely appreciate all you guys.
Thanks, Hammer. Yeah, go ahead, go do your thing. Go get to the wife before she beats that ass.
Yeah, she does that on a nightly basis, so that's no different from any other day. I'll definitely be on tomorrow.
Just not on camera, right?
Yeah. I'll definitely be on tomorrow and the rest of the schedule. I don't have too much going on the rest of the weekend, so I'll definitely be on the rest of the schedule.
All right, Hammer.
All
right, peace, bro.
See you, bud.
Yeah, so, Hammer, well, his real name Craig, but that is my actual blood cousin. So we grew up together, lived together, everything, and then I moved out here to North Carolina. So he's out there, was in New York, now he's in New Jersey. But
seems like a cool dude. That's the first time I've met him. He seems like a cool guy.
Yeah, we started this in the beginning, and we're just trying to build something up. But Jackson said, "Hammer taking the strap on tonight." God, Jackson. No disrespect. Who's Kyle? Love you, Kyle. Yeah, so Kyle is part of Fantasy Football Network. He's one of the CEOs, owners. I guess you can say. Is that right?
Yeah, just co-founder.
Co-founder. There you go.
What we go with.
That's a better word for it. But yeah, I mean, I linked up.
That's what my email signature says is co-founder.
linked up with Kyle pretty much right at the beginning of the season, pretty much. And I was doing some fantasy content for them there, and I'm on a few of their shows when they invite me on there. And so just kind of returning the favor, having Kyle on. So I wasn't by myself tonight, boys and girls. Sober said same question I asked last week. All right, good. I always say whatever you ask me on Monday, make sure to just ask me again on Friday or Saturday, because
make sure it hadn't changed.
It changes. I have Waddle, Chase, Ayuk, and AJ Brown. I need to start 3. Waddle, Chase, and Brown ? I just hate they all seem to be boom or bust this year.
It is tough, but those are definitely your 3.
Yeah. Well, without a doubt, they have to be your 3. They're all
100%. Until you see how Brock Purdy does it in more than a spot start.
That's true as well. I did love Ayuk with Jimmy G.
Yeah.
But
we got to see how this plays out now, though, before.
We don't know. So you're definitely not taking a chance with Ayuk. But you got 3, top 10 guys. You're going to play those guys every week, bro. You got it, dog. You got it. Huntley or Goff?
I'm actually taking Goff there.
Goff. Me
Potential
too.
shootout with the Vikes.
Yeah,
in
our
Detroit.
defense sucks, guys. Our defense.
Dude, Detroit, they're playing good right now. Like, they're playing good offense right now.
Yeah, I mean, they look like the team that we saw the first few games of the season when they were putting up, 30, 40 points on everybody.
Now Swift is back and healthy.
Swift, let's go, Swift.
I'd be interested to see if Jameson Williams gets involved. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're in a rush. But I think Jameson falls into pretty much what Shark's role,
Yeah.
kind of, right?
Yeah, but he's better at it. I think he'll be better at it.
Absolutely. And I'm sure they'll try and design some more things to get him the ball, the ball as well. But speaking of the Lions, I mean, do you see Amon-Ra? Obviously, he's been doing it now the past few weeks. Do you see a repeat of last year now, just taking people to the ship?
Oh, yeah. The dude's a bona fide stud.
Oh, absolutely. And you saw him he got popped. Was it that last game? I think he got like popped and he came out for like a couple plays and then went back in and just fucking went off.
Yeah. The dude's a monster.
He catches, what was it? I think he catches 211 balls, I think it was, or 201 or something like that. He catches a specific number of balls every single day. And if you watched Hard Knocks, you probably fell in love with, everything going on. I mean, Deuce Staley had me fucking just hype.
Yeah, that was. I love that show. Have you been watching the Cardinals in season one?
I didn't watch it just because it was the Cardinals. I think I don't know. I don't know. Something didn't get me to watch it. Did you watch that one?
Is it over?
I don't know.
Because I didn't see a new episode this week yet. Maybe it's out now, but I was watching because OU fan. So we got Murray and Marquise Brown, and they played together at OU, and I was just like, oh, and then their season went down the toilet. But I love that show. I love seeing the inner workings and the practices and that side of everything. It's fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And
I wanted to do it with the Cowboys, like an in-season. Like, come on.
Yeah. So there were a lot of CD haters before the season. I had CD in my top 5 Dynasty wide receivers before the season, and some people
I love it. Like he's from OU and he's a Dallas Cowboy. Like, it doesn't get better than that for me.
But yeah, he's kind of really kind of turned into form, and even without Dak, he was a top, like, what was he, still top 12, I think.
Yeah, I mean, he's a freak after the catch. I mean, he's just.
I heard he grew an inch or half an inch in the offseason or something like that. Put on like 10 pounds and shit.
He grew a half inch. I hadn't heard that.
I did.
But he had that one like really bad drop early in the season where he's wide open, and then he's just been on fucking fire ever since.
Yeah.
That touchdown last week where he rolled over that guy and kept going.
Yeah.
Was amazing.
Yeah.
Made me very happy. Made my wiener wiggle a little bit.
Patrick said, "Fuck you, Hammer." Patrick loves to stir up some shit over here. He's a Browns fan, so he's a Watson and Chubb guy. He's got a bet with one of the other co-hosts, Bagala. Whoever has more rushing yards, I think, end of season, Chubb or Barkley. I think they have to buy them the jersey or something like that.
Interesting. I'm a Chubb guy too when you get to talking about CD.
Did you get this guy? Goff or Murray?
Oh, I love me some Murray, but I'm going to go Goff just because of the matchup.
Yeah, I think based on the matchup, you definitely have to go Goff. I mean, you're going against the Patriots.
New England's going to be rough for Murray, I think. Murray,
I mean, just hasn't done well since that new Call of Duty came out.
You let her play a Warzone all day and night instead of practicing and watching film.
It's crazy, that whole Kyler Murray thing, right? And you see it now, like he's just a little baby bitch. Like he's just a toddler running around back there. I can't. Once they said like he looks like a toddler running around out of the pocket, I can never get that shit out of my head. But
he is tiny, but I love me some Kyler Murray.
In all seriousness, I feel like he does way too much stuff off script. Like he's just not doing like normal like in the pocket quarterback shit. Like
Well, that's not his game. It never has been his game.
I know, but it just worries me for, the teams that actually scheme for that shit, like the playoffs where he's just unable to really perform. Like, how do you feel about that? Like, especially the playoffs where he's just not performing.
Well, I mean, it happens. I mean, he's not. I love Kyler. I think he's a really good quarterback. I don't think he's like top 5 in the league or nothing. I'm not crazy like that, but
he's still top 10.
Like if someone can shut him down and his speed on his rollouts and stuff, like good for them. Honestly, I don't think everybody's gonna be able to scheme that, but he's just so fast.
I just feel like we should be getting more. I feel like he's got the rushing upside, so he has like a great like floor. So that's always good. But I just feel like he's supposed to give us more, or he should give us more.
Yeah, well, and this season's been rough too because he's had a lot of injuries around him. Like he missed a couple of games himself. D-Hop was out for 6 weeks. Marquise Brown was in and out of the lineup. Rondell Moore was hurt the first part of the year. Connor was in and out of the line. Like they've had a lot of injuries on that offense with his weapons and stuff. So it's been a rough year for sure. We should have gotten more out of him this year. But I feel like I could say the same thing for Lamar Jackson.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
His running backs have all been
in
and out all year. His receivers are shit after Bateman got hurt. Like,
oh yeah. But the other part of the Ravens, I think I was just on Facebook with somebody the other day. It's just hard. Like nobody really even wants to go there almost. Like they can't get somebody to actually go there and play with Lamar. It's just because I guess just the design of the offense. Like even Hollywood was pissed. Like,
yeah. Well, Hollywood wasn't the kind of receiver that is kind of in Lamar's wheelhouse.
Oh, I agree with that.
He's not. Lamar's not really the over the top ball type guy.
I do like Bateman for them though.
I like Bateman for him. He needs someone like an Amon-Ra or a Cooper Kupp or something like that kind of offsets Andrews with other shorter routes. Mm-hmm. I feel like that could be very successful there.
Definitely. I heard
or figure out more 2 tight end sets with Likely.
Imagine Lamar to the Lions.
That would be wild. That would be
I've seen a few say like, what if they don't sign him and he just goes and plays like for the Lions or some shit. Like that would be crazy. I don't know how realistic that is, but
I would hate it for DeAndre Swift's dynasty value.
Would you?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Lamar'd be RB1.
He will, but maybe that's what Swift needs. I mean, I think they're starting to realize like, damn, we give Swift 20, 25 touches. Like that shit might be too much. Like, but if they give him 15, 20, I don't know. And then he's banged up again this week.
Of course.
Right. I mean, people were pissed. Like what we finally get him back. And then.
Yeah. Right. Rough year for that dude.
Simp, y'all think Rondell Moore worth holding on to, or should I drop him and pick up Jordan Mason for insurance policy for CMC?
I think it depends. Yeah, it depends on how deep you are, receiver.
Their situation matters though too. Yeah, absolutely. Are you depending on Rondell Moore? Obviously, you shouldn't be depending on Rondell Moore, but is there a situation where you actually might have to play Rondell Moore? Like you should know at this point with who you have, especially for the playoffs, whether you're actually going to use Rondell Moore or not. And if you're not, then absolutely get the insurance policy.
Yeah, if he's like the 3rd or 4th receiver on your bench, I would get rid of him and grab Jordan Mason for sure. Yeah. I love Rondell Moore too, but if he's that deep on your bench, then absolutely I'd grab that handcuff.
Yeah. I liked Rondell Moore, but now I don't know. What do you feel about now Rondell Moore and then with a healthy D-Hop and a healthy Hollywood.
Have we even got to see them all three healthy in the same game yet?
We have not. That's the thing.
Like, I think, like a lot of these offenses with multiple good receivers, I think it's going to rotate who has the big game every week. I still like him. I like his talent level. I think he's a really, really good slot guy. But with those two guys also playing, I don't know what to think until I see him out there and see kind of who Murray leans on. I think he's going to lean on D-Hop because, of course, and I think he's going to lean on Marquise Brown because, like we've seen on Hard Knocks, for example, like he can run more than just a deep streaking route. Like he can run pretty good route tree pretty well. So I don't – and he's got that chemistry from college. So I don't know that he's necessarily leaning on Rondale Moore the same way he was before the other two guys were in and healthy.
Yeah. No, he probably won't. Speaking of – I'm looking at the wrong one here.
Simp says he has Godwin, Higgins, Mike Williams, and Burks. Yeah, I'm good then. Drop him and give Mason.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Got Godwin. Yeah, definitely, bro. Definitely.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Looking at DeAndre Hopkins' contract real quick. We got a potential out in 23.
Oh, do they? I
But
thought he had 23 guaranteed and then he was out.
yeah, as it says here, they've got he's signed until after 2020 through the 24 season. It says there's a potential out in 2023. Dead cap 22.54. Nah, I don't think they're not gonna do that. I don't think so. Lewis, this is Bagala or Lewis. This is Bagala's one of the other co-hosts. So him and Hammer. All right, listen. At least Hammer actually got in here, Lewis. But yeah, Bagala. At least Hammer got in here and said what's up and said what's up to everybody. I think Bagala's driving the truck right now. He drives one of those big motherfucking haulers. But you let me know if you could tune in, Bagala. I'll send you the link, unless you're actually like on the road. But
yeah, don't tune in from one of them trucker showers and shit. Like, welcome to Glory Hole Hour with Dynasty Life.
Bagala, shit.
Bagala and his wiener in a wall.
Oh man. What else? What other news has happened? What am I missing here? Stafford won't need off-season surgery. Stafford worries me. Cup worries me for Dynasty.
Yeah. I think they said Stafford has a spinal bruise or something, which can be pretty serious depending on the extent of it. But, it makes me wonder, like, because I saw some deals today talking about whether they think he'll retire or not because of it, if he'll have to.
Oh shit!
Or anything like that. I didn't
even read that yet.
I think they were pretty optimistic it wouldn't, but I mean,
still a chance.
Not like that could still if he checks out, you know what I mean?
He still played like garbage anyway, but Cup was still at least getting his work.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see then in the offseason what does happen with Stafford and Baker and McVay. They've been trying to recruit McVay into broadcasting forever. Like that whole team could go tits up this offseason.
Yeah, it absolutely could. I mean, and they've been.
Aaron Donald was talking about retiring after the Super Bowl. Like, there's just the whole team could be in complete rebuild just a year after they win a Super Bowl. It's crazy.
I mean, they've been in shit ever since they gave Gurley that contract and fucking. I mean, and seeing him retire at 28 was like so sad. It hurts.
It was sad, yeah, because he played so well, and then it was just wall.
But it also goes to show you, especially in Dynasty, that these RBs, like, that's not a slow decline. They fall off a fucking cliff.
real fast.
And it happens
real
so
fast.
fast.
I had Gurley in a keeper league the year
Did
before he hit that wall, and I kind of started seeing the signs, and I traded him. And then the next season he sucked. It was just like, whew, thank God. Last year I traded CMC everywhere.
Yeah. I traded all my old running backs. I got no RBs, and that's how I like to roll sometimes. Just RB is very much, especially nowadays, so much of like a year to year kind of thing. Like, so much shit changes, and especially next year with a bunch of good RBs coming out of the draft, as well as the all the free agent running backs that's out there. There's a ton. So, hey, Animal, subscribe and told my friend. Yeah, no problem, Animal. Appreciate you, brother. We'll see
man.
you.
Thanks for hanging out, dude.
Tune in tomorrow, brother. But yeah, what do you think about all that free agents and some of the RBs coming in this year? Well, next year actually, but.
I love Dynasty because you have to constantly be changing and adapting and making moves, because all it takes is 1 month and all of a sudden somebody's obsolete. Mm-hmm. And it's just wild. Like, I'm a weird Dynasty player. Like, I don't trade for draft picks and stuff. Yeah. Like this last year, our rookie draft, I had we do a 4-round rookie draft, and I had 1 4th rounder going into the draft. And now my team I have Dameon Pierce, Ken Walker, Chris Olave. Nice. I got all these rookies on my team. I just traded for them after,
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And you can definitely do that. You just got to find, the right windows. Like we were talking about Pitts and London is, perfect time where when they're not producing, especially now, in this part of the year, especially if you're not even contending anymore, you need to start, looking towards next year already. If you can still trade, try and get some guys, that you need to get, or, running backs, especially. I usually stock up on running backs, just who I think next year can possibly have a chance, in training camp or something, to get that number 2 role or that number 3 role. And then once the season comes, now I'm just trading those guys for 3rd round picks, 2nd round picks, if you could, depending on, what happens in the situation during the year, or they could turn into league winners for you. So, there's a lot that you can do. I'm a big fan of just racking up running backs and 3rd and 4th round picks and using those, to trade or throw the cherry on top on something.
Well, it's funny. I trade all my draft picks because people value them and I don't, because if I want somebody, I'll trade for them after. So over the next 3 years, I have a 2025 3rd and 4th left, and that's it. Yeah. I've traded everything out, but I'll still end up with guys. But I picked up guys and stashed it, Pacheco early, Kyron Williams, Brian Robinson, Jahan Dotson. I'm just hanging on to these guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and all a lot of it has to do with the league in general and some of the other GMs, especially if there's new people playing Dynasty, or they haven't been playing for years. Some people value the draft picks, some people don't. The people that have been playing for years love the draft picks because they've seen guys just die. Just
yeah, and you've either got one or the other. The really good teams don't have any draft picks. The really bad ones have all of these 1st round picks. And you're like, all right. But I have Stephon Diggs. Well, if I see a bunch of rookies I like next year that go to a bunch of spots I think they'll thrive, I'll be like, here's Diggs for 3 of your rookies. Mm-hmm. And then boom, I'm rebuilt. Yeah,
so everybody is very different, especially the GMs in your league. There's people that have no patience and can't wait for things, and they want the guys that are just putting up points now. They treat it like redraft. Or then there's your real Dynasty guys. I mean, I've especially with people coming on here, I mean, there's leagues where people can't get rid of people can't get rid of Mike Evans for an early 2nd. People are like, nah, I'm not even taking that. And this is the beginning of the season. People are like, nah, bro, once Brady's gone, he's done. I'm I'm not messing with that. I'm not
Right.
draft capital for that. And then there's other leagues where I've seen Mike Evans get traded for 2 first-round picks. Like, it's very, very dependent on your league and the people that you play with. Like,
Totally. And it's funny too, because we have this one guy came in. It's actually Go Bills. He was one of the ones in scout team with us. He took over an orphan team for me in our dynasty. He's only got like 2 or 3 good players. It was a rough team. He had more, but he made a couple of really bad trades when he first got there. But now he's got like 2 or 3 really good guys, but he won't cash them in. Like, I know Tony made him an offer for Jacobs that was just insane. Draft picks, good players, all this shit, because he's a Raiders fan and he wanted Jacobs.
So
he won't trade him in, and I'm just like, bro, you've got to cash that in to rebuild. Like,
yes, and that's the thing about Dynasty as well is you got to know the other GMs. You got to know who you can get what out of, or who likes what. Like, if people like certain players, certain teams, like they'll go and get that player or keep that player. Like this guy is rebuilding. When you're rebuilding, you don't go and get running backs, or you get rid of the running backs that you have and you start, building up the rest of your squad. And especially Jacobs, especially right now at the point of like his highest value this year. Like, we don't know where he's going to go next year. We don't know what's going to happen. But are you going to play? Do you want to take that chance? Like, I'm not taking that chance. I don't trust any of this shit.
And then like week 6 or 7, I traded in Swift for like Ken Walker and Olave. And I was just like,
yeah. I traded Dalvin Cook and Zach Ertz for Kyle Pitts. I was like, yes,
like
you. Caddy, what up, Caddy? Collab we've all been waiting for.
Caddy, my guy. Dude, what's up?
I call him Caddy. I don't know what you call him.
Oh, we call him Caddy too. He's on every one of our streams, man. Love
he's awesome. Shout out to Caddy. Always tuning in. Appreciate you there. Bagala said, yeah, he's at work. He's tuning in at the truck stop. So yeah, we might actually catch him in the shower. Michael, what's up, Michael? Thanks for tuning in, man. Dak versus the Texans or Tom versus the 49ers? Cowboys will probably be run heavy, and then Dak would get benched, and Tom will be throwing all game.
I actually agree. I'm going with Tom. I think the Cowboys are going to run some more this week.
It's very, very heavily a possibility of that. So, yeah, as much as I would like to say Dak, I might have to say.
Any other matchup, I'd say Dak, but they're just going to run all day on the Texans, man.
You would have to hope that Dak throws like 2 or 3 touchdowns, but he probably only got like 150 yards or some shit like that.
Yeah, I think he might throw a touchdown.
It might be one.
Zeke and Pollard are going to go ape shit. I think Cooper Rush could, play the whole fourth quarter.
That's possible too. That's possible. And then don't forget, there's no Nico Collins, there's no Brandon Cooks. Like,
it's gonna be a blowout. You think our game against Indy was rough? Ooh, just wait. It's be another college football score.
Could be. I think Kareem Hunt will end up in Philly.
I could see that. They'll definitely end up somewhere. They'd be at the top of the list.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a bunch of mock drafts where they take Gibbs. A bunch of them where they take Gibbs. So they'll definitely either draft somebody or sign somebody or possibly both. But if they take Gibbs, I mean, he's going to be a first-round pick most likely. So
yeah,
might just be the guy at that point. I mean, they were trying to get CMC. They've been trying to get somebody, and don't forget
Philly, the Bills, and the Rams were 3 teams that were really looking for running backs at the trade deadline.
Yep.
With Kyron Williams healthy now, I don't know if the Rams still will be this offseason, but it's possible. Like, he looks good. Akers will be done. Kyron looks good, but he's kind of on the smaller side, so I don't know that he'll be a true workhorse.
No. I mean, he's what? Kyron, the 5th-round pick, I think.
Yeah, and then they're obviously
they didn't invest much in him. They like him, but they didn't invest much in him.
And they're obviously using the end of the season here to see what they have in James Cook and Buffalo. So,
Yeah. I think any of those teams could draft literally Bijan or Gibbs or any kind of top 5 guys coming out, which would be very interesting. And that's what they do at NFL. They don't care. They want to put people in the seats. They want to make money. They want to, they want these young guys where, they don't want to go out and pay, a free agent RB. They don't care about that. It all depends, man. It all depends. It's just scary. Be very careful investing in running backs in Dynasty. MJ, what up, MJ? I was trying to
MJ, my dude.
I was trying to set a super chat. My bad, bro. Yeah, I'm not that popular yet. I don't got the super chat thing going on.
Yeah, we're not on the Fantasy Football Network.
I appreciate all of y'all that tune in. You guys just tuning in, you're supporting the channel. I do have a Patreon. It's in the description there, so you guys can check that out. Make sure you follow us on Instagram. But yeah, we have a bunch of things where you can, help support the channel. So of course we appreciate it.
We're on his show tonight. He's not on ours. We're on his this time. So
y'all got the super chats going yet or what?
Yeah, we got super chats on ours. So
nice. I'm trying to get there. I'm working my way up.
We got monetized a few weeks back. So
all of y'all will help me out with that. Will help us out with that. So round 1 playoffs for Caddy. Other guys started Akers and Adams. That seems well so far.
Yeah, I like it.
That's good, Caddy. You're in good position. Now, this is Bagala again. Now about the glory hole business. Who would you go with in the flex? Peoples Jones or the law firm?
Who's the law firm?
Who's the law firm now? Wasn't the law firm?
Then Jarvis Green Ellis was the law firm. Who's he referring to? Because that guy don't play no more.
Hold on, this might be for Dynasty. Hold on, let me go to his team. I'll be able to tell you. Who are you trying to call the law firm? You don't just call him the law firm.
That nickname's taken.
Bro, I don't know who the law firm is, Bagala.
Caddy says Jacoby Myers.
Jacoby Myers?
That's not the law firm.
Lewis, I'll go Jacoby. When did Jacoby get the law firm nickname? Am I missing something?
Literally never heard anybody call him that.
And y'all get on me for calling Hawkinson Big Cock Hawk?
I like that. Big Cock Hawk.
But yeah, I think
I'm going Peoples Jones.
Yeah, I'll go Peoples Jones too because no Amari. I'll take that, and that's a good matchup, right? Alex, what up, Alex? Should I start Pierce or Ayuk this week? Full PPR.
Oh, I'm not a fan of the matchup, but I gotta go Pierce. Just guaranteed touches. He'll get at least a dozen touches early.
Yeah, you would.
Ayuk with Purdy, I just don't know what to expect there at all.
Who are they? Who's Texans playing? Cowboys.
Dallas. Yeah, it's it's not great. They'll get some touches early and then probably get game scripted.
To be fair, there is nobody else there. Maybe they start throwing it to Pierce. I don't know. They literally have nobody, so maybe he will be more involved. Ayuk's been a monster, but I don't know with Brock. What did Ayuk do last week?
I don't remember, but I want to see what he does this week with Purdy before I'm playing.
Ayuk 5 for 9, 46. Yeah, I mean, they're against Tampa. Yeah, I'll go Pierce. At least I know he's going to start to at least get carries. Hopefully, it doesn't go into a blowout, bro. But we'll see. Let me know how I can get my question measured leader. Like I said, I'm trying to send a trooper chat for the last $2 to $5 right now. It's not giving me. Yeah, my bad, MJ. Where's the question at, brother? It's for Dynasty. Okay, here we go. Let me find it. I'll give you just because you were trying. I'll find it for you. My bad. I'm running through a tough issue right now. I got offered Patrick Mahomes and Devonta Smith for Justin Fields and Jalen Waddle. Jay Fields and Jay Waddle.
You want
Dynasty, I have no clue what to do right now. Flip a coin. That's how far I've gotten. All right. My bad, MJ.
I want Waddle in Dynasty.
Mahomes and Smith, Fields, and
I want
Waddle.
Fields and Waddle.
Is this super flex or is this one QB? I do want to know that. But
I'm assuming one
I definitely want Waddle.
I'm assuming one QB or usually super flexes.
Yeah, I guess.
Will specify.
I
like Mahomes, but for my money, I want young receivers.
Yeah.
But I know Devontae Smith is young, but he's not the stud that Waddle is.
I know. I love me some Mahomes. But yeah, I'll definitely take Jalen Waddle. I mean, that guy is a stud. They're gonna wind up keeping Tua, I think, at this point. I mean, they'd be stupid not to. So yeah, I'll roll with Waddle and then stick with Fields there, because even still, Fields is, he'll be a top 10 guy at the least. I mean, so yeah, let's take Waddle there. Let's see. Lewis said they have no picks. Who don't have picks? The Rams. Well, the book was out on Gurley's knees when he was drafted. Yeah, but that dude was a monster.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of years he was healthy. He was a
tutty machine. But again, if you were smart, in Dynasty, you took those few first early years and then you got rid of them. That's why everybody always says get rid of them once 26, 27. Like, just go after the rookie guys, the young guys. But it's hard because you got to hit on them. And then again, you need basically the top pick in your rookie draft. I mean, you need the number one RB that comes out, the number two RB that comes out. There's very few that get drafted in the first round. And then there's the guys that get drafted in the second round. Those are the guys that wound up being the workhorses and successful in the NFL. And you need a top draft pick to get any of those guys. So it's rough. Sometimes you wind up just buying some of these older guys, but you just got to be careful what you pay for, or what you're paying. Gurley, man, I missed Gurley. It was so heartbreaking at 28 he had to actually retire. Let's see. Should I pick up Daniel Jones? Simp said, have Hurts, but not sure if we get to week 17, if Eagles will sit him at any point during the playoffs.
I don't think they'll sit him because they're going to try to stay ahead of the Cowboys. And then they actually play week 18, and they're definitely not going to sit him against the Cowboys, so I don't think they sit him the week before either. But I still don't have any problem picking up Daniel Jones. He says below or Mike White. I would pick up Jones over Mike White.
Yeah, me too. I would pick up Jones over White. At least we know that Jones is still going to be the starter. Or
it doesn't hurt to have a decent backup just in case Hurts gets hurt.
I like Daniel Jones, and there's no telling if Mike White continues to keep the job. I mean, they didn't necessarily. The coach was like, "Listen, we still like Wilson." Like, I mean, he was. Their first round pick, he's going to get another chance. Whether people like it or not, I can almost guarantee he will get another chance. Who knows if it's this year or not, but he will get another chance for the Jets.
The coin from week to week.
Unless Mike White just starts going ham, which I don't know if that's going to happen. But they seem to like Mike White, which is interesting. The players seem to rally around him, especially after that whole comment that Wilson made about not letting the defense down and all that kind of.
Well, he's putting down his defense. He's fucking all his teammates' moms. Like, they don't like Zach Wilson.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Then Mike White came and said, "I'm gonna fuck your mom." Caddy, which D should I start? KC versus Denver or Seattle versus Carolina? KC. I'm going KC.
I'm actually going Seattle versus Carolina. I think Seattle's playing better defense overall. And as bad as Denver's playing, I think Carolina's still a better matchup.
Yeah, I'm hoping that Foreman just kind of runs all over Seattle, but we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. As long as it's decently a close game, Foreman should get a bunch of carries. But I mean, they're not bad plays, either one of them. So you can, whatever you like better, definitely go with. But I'll just go with Kansas City because I know Denver, almost 95%, they're not going to score more than 15, 16 points. Like, so I'll take that. Oh, man. Bam. What about the
buy 10 tickets on Vivid Seats.
How about the Bills? We briefly spoke about that.
My 11 full.
God damn it.
He kept going. I was like, is that me? I don't
I curse every week. I do the same shit because when you go on the ESPN website, so I look at that for the score, the games, the scores and shit. And there's a little video that always pops up in the corner. And it doesn't matter if I pause it, if I turn off the sound, it just fucking keeps coming back.
You know what's annoying? Every website you go to has a video that auto plays now. Whether it's part of the site, an ad on the side, it doesn't matter. Something starts auto playing. So I have to pull up all my pages beforehand and then just mute and stop everything and then go. It's if I don't, then that'll happen to me too.
My guy Val's over here. Multiverse. He's always got something funny to say. Multiverse.
Dude, I feel like I haven't seen Val's in forever, bro.
He tunes in here a lot.
He hadn't been on our network shows in a while. What's that about?
Dahmer and Rogan crossover.
Oh my god.
Oh, you the man, Vals. You the man. What you got going on, Vals? What's your sitch? What's your situation for this week? But yeah, the whole James Cook thing. What do you think's going on there now?
Dude, I
think they went and got Hines.
I think they're finally kind of working him into that role that everybody thought he would. It took him just longer to get there than everybody thought. I think they want to see if he can handle a full workload. For some reason, they don't believe in Devin Singletary. Last year, at the end of the year, he's putting up RB1 numbers. They still drafted a running back. They traded for Nyheim Hines, which hadn't done anything. But, they obviously want to replace him. And I think they're seeing here towards the end of the year, all right, we're locked for the playoffs. Let's see what we got in this Cook kid so we know what we got to do next offseason. And, I mean, he did all right. So
he did.
I don't know if they'll continue to grow his side and keep shrinking Singletary's role or if they'll keep it kind of half and half to keep them both fresh for the remainder of the year. I don't know.
Yeah, I think for the rest of the season, they'll probably just be split. Maybe Cook does start getting a little bit more. But for the future, at least, I don't think Cook takes over the 3-down role in the backfield. I don't think he's that type of guy to take all of that workload. Because, even in college, the most he had was 8, 9 carries in a game. So I just
he's not that kind of running back.
They went and drafted Bijan next year. Holy shit!
He's not his brother. That's for sure. He's not Dalvin. He's not that kind of running back.
No, he's not. Very good guy. Perfect kind of with what he's doing, which is kind of what they wanted anyway. They didn't. I don't think they drafted him to be the 3-down guy or anything like that.
He's perfect for the role that they traded for Nyheim Hines to be. They tried to sign J.D. McKissick to
be. What was that about signing Hines? I thought
didn't work out.
when they signed Hines, I thought that Cook was done. I thought they just stopped believing. I'm like, what the fuck? They drafted him to play that role.
That's what
Why
I
are they going out and getting Hines?
That was my thoughts exactly. But,
Right.
they tried to sign J.D. McKissick also this offseason before he decided to go back to Washington. So, I mean, if they use Cook in that way, I think he could fill that role perfectly for him. But I don't know what this bunch of carries was this last week. That was odd.
It was. I mean, Singletary's good. I mean, he's going to have good games here or there. He's just not that great of a guy, I guess, between the tackles. And I don't know, man. But they need a running game. If they get a running game, they'll be deadly even more.
Yeah, they need to stick with Singletary, I think, between the tackles and just Cook as their space guy. But I don't know what all the run plays were with Cook. That was odd. That surprised me.
Yeah, that definitely surprised me as well. I think we pretty much hit on or touched on at least most of the games. I need Mahomes to go off this week.
There's a pretty good chance of that. The good news is he'll have the ball a lot because Denver won't be able to maintain possession at all. So
I'm hoping.
I'm excited for that Detroit-Minnesota game. I think that'll be fun.
Yeah. I hope it's a high-scoring game. I hope Amon-Ra goes off. I hope we see some more Jameson Williams too. I hope he does something. Just get the ball in his hands. Just one little highlight play, even if it's just an end around. Just something.
You think the roof won't come unglued? Like that crowd will go crazy if he touches the ball.
Oh yeah.
I think the Miami versus Chargers game will be really good too.
That should be a good game as well. Hopefully, that's another high-scoring game.
And it's the night game, so I like that.
Cheetah, Waddle, Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, Joshua Palmer, maybe. I don't know. With Mike Williams healthy and Keenan healthy, I don't know if I'm playing Palmer. What do you feel about Palmer with both of those guys healthy?
Both of those guys healthy. I'm not big on Palmer this week. I was all about Palmer until they announced Mike Williams was coming back.
Yeah.
But
Let me ask you, what do you think? What do you think about Palmer and Dynasty?
I like him in Dynasty, and here's why. And I like Mike Williams in Dynasty too, because Keenan Allen's getting a little long in the tooth.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not going to be there much longer, I don't think. And then Mike Williams and Palmer are 1-2. Unless, they sign or draft some stud.
I definitely see them drafting a stud, I think.
I could almost see him doing. I mean, Mike Williams, he's a good player, but he proved earlier this year, like, he's not a number one receiver.
No.
Now, Palmer is a perfectly sufficient number two.
Yes.
I love Palmer as a number two. Yes. And Mike Williams is a fine number two. He's a lot more boom bust. I feel like Palmer's a more consistent 1-2.
Mm-hmm.
Or number two, I mean. But I think they will end up whenever Keenan is ready to, move on and or call it quits. Like, I think they'll draft somebody or go out and sign somebody else. Yeah. I don't think they'll roll with just Williams and Palmer. But as an overall receiver, I think Palmer is better than Mike Williams, truthfully.
Yeah.
I just don't know that the coaches see it enough to jump him over Mike Williams in the pecking order.
I mean, I think he could do a little bit more, but I don't like Palmer at all. I think he's okay for, a wide receiver 2 there, but he's not like a great route runner or everything like that. He doesn't score good on, reception, perception. He's okay, but he's in a good situation. That's the thing. And sometimes that situation kind of triumphs, everything else. Like we saw, like with Gabe Davis, Gabe Davis is another one. Like him and Gabe Davis are like in the same category for me almost.
Yeah. I will say though, with Keenan Allen getting older, like they need, like this year in the draft or free agency, they need to go out and find them like a young, solid receiver for Herbert to throw to.
I would be very, very surprised if they didn't draft a wide receiver in the first or second round. I would be very surprised.
Yeah, I will too.
I've seen them picking some of these top guys.
I don't think they'll want to pay the money in the wide receiver market right now to go out and to get one of these other free agents.
You don't need to either, because you do still have Keenan, you do have Mike Williams, you do have Palmer. So it is the perfect time to, grab one of these young guys and not have to, pressure him into producing like right off the bat. So that should be good. That should be good. Imagine they get Jigba. Woo! Jigba with Herbert.
Oh. God.
Some people argue with me, but I still, and it could change maybe by the time the actual draft comes, but I still have Jigba as my top wide receiver over Addison coming out. And then I got big Q after that. But yeah, what do you think about Jigba? I mean, do you look into that stuff this early?
I honestly haven't dug into it yet. There's usually a good 3 months or so, 4 months after the season I have to really dig in. That's usually when I dig into rookie stuff. So if they're not playing on or against OU, I'm probably not going to recognize the name.
But yeah, I mean, Jackson Smith and Jigba, I mean, outproduced Olave and Garrett Wilson on that Ohio State team, by monstrous numbers. And that just tells me something, especially since those two guys, Wilson and Olave, were top NFL draft picks, and because they're doing amazing right now, it's like, kind of that just doesn't happen by accident to command targets over guys like that. So
right.
Vals, my bad, Vals. I know I had your question up here. My 12-1 is Mahomes, CMC, ETN, JJ, D-Hop, Kelsey, Amari Cooper, Montgomery, Pierce, Goddard, James Cook, and Juju.
Oh my God.
Solid team, 12. Okay.
That's great. Good stuff.
I made a trade, Pacheco, Watson, Gabe Davis. Pacheco, Watson, and Gabe Davis for Fields and Garrett Wilson, just for fun, because I missed playoffs in that one. I mean, so it doesn't even matter. Come on, Vals. Give me something that matters here. I don't. This has got to be the Isaac secret lover affair. Here we go. What's good? What up? What up, Stevie B, secret lover? Make sure you hit that like. Make sure you hit that subscribe. Appreciate y'all, of course. Throw any questions y'all got in the chat before we, I guess, hop off. Unless y'all got a bunch more questions for us. You got anything else, Kyle, or anything I'm missing here? Any other games? Should be.
Nothing I can really.
Let's run through quick, I guess. Jets, Bills. Who you got in this one?
Bills.
Yeah, I got the Bills too. Browns, Bengals. At Bengals. At
Bungles.
Oh yeah. Cowboys, Texans. We don't even got to ask that. All right. Vikings, Lions.
Give me the Vikes.
The Vikes. Yeah, we're going with Vikings, baby. Skol. Jags at Titans.
If Trevor Lawrence plays, it's got to be the Jags.
Yeah, I think I'm going to roll with the Titans. Oh, yeah, we got no Burks. God damn. Yeah, going with the Jags. If Trevor Lawrence plays, that's right. Eagles at Giants. That's a good game.
I think New York gives them a run, but I think Philly takes it in a close one.
Yeah, I agree. I
think it'll be
if Saquon plays. If not, then it's Eagles by a mile, because the Giants have absolutely nobody other than Saquon.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It sucks because Wandell was kind of, just starting to come along a little bit.
That's another guy I'm stashing in my Dynasty.
Yeah.
Just so much potential there after the trade of Kadarius Toney also.
Yeah. Does he give you a little bit of Amon-Ra vibes?
No, I don't think he'll be that good.
No.
But
I saw that one game.
He could be solid, though.
Yeah, no, definitely. Well, especially on that offense. They need somebody, but I wasn't big on Wandell actually coming out and everything.
I didn't think it made sense considering they had Kadarius Toney, but now that Tony's gone, I'm all about it.
That was the main thing about it. That was the main thing. But I mean, look, realistically, I mean, Wandell will probably be a wide receiver 3 in Dynasty over time.
Probably, yeah. I don't think
he'll
he'll rise much higher than that unless they severely upgrade their QB spot.
Yeah. There's Bagalot 24/7 Giants. He's a Giants fan. And he said, yeah, you hated him. I did hate Wandell because I just thought he was just a gadget kind of dude. But the Giants just seem like they actually want to get him the ball a little bit. So I'll give him the wide receiver 3. I think that's definitely possible. But I'm not betting on it or paying anything. But if you can stash him, stash him. But I probably wouldn't spend more than a third on him.
I picked him up off of waivers.
Oh,
because we don't have a super deep league, so every once in a while you can find one of those gems out there still.
Yeah. Who's your celebrity crush? This guy.
I can name about 10 of them.
Oh God! Listen, J-Lo and Wanted. That was a good ass movie. But yeah, I mean, the usual, I guess. J-Lo, I love. J-Lo was the first like actual album I ever bought. I bought that, that Waiting for Tonight. Oh.
J-Lo's a good one. My top one is probably might think it's weird. Aubrey Plaza.
What? I haven't even heard of, bro.
Dude, she's super hot and she's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to think of something you might have seen. Did you ever watch that Parks and Rec show?
I've watched a few episodes, but I never really got into it.
Have you seen that Dirty Grandpa with Zac Efron and Robert De Niro?
No.
Damn.
What's her name?
Aubrey Plaza. She's fucking hilarious.
Plaza like Plaza?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she's cute. Yeah, okay.
She's so fucking funny, too, which just makes her even hotter.
I like, who's the chick from Colombiana? Oh, my God.
Oh, Zoe Saldana? Dude.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I'd fuck her green when she's Gamora, even. Like, holy shit. I was ready to tackle her when she was in Avatar, and it wasn't even really her.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I did hate him when you drafted him, Bagala. I didn't like him. I don't remember where you drafted him. You probably drafted him early, and I didn't like it. But nobody has to agree with me. Everybody's got opinions. I ain't always right. Shit.
He says your celebrity crush is Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins.
To be fair, mine is Purple Jesus because he's probably the greatest running back in Sooner history. So
yes, Purple Jesus.
Probably the greatest running back in Viking history too.
Oh yeah.
I don't know a lot of Viking history before Adrian Peterson.
Without a doubt. Before Adrian Peterson.
I know Randy Moss and I know. Yeah, I know Randy Moss and I know Adrian Peterson and everything since. That's about it.
Randy Moss and Chris Carter. We had Robert Smith.
Chris Carter. I forgot about.
He was a good runner, and then that one, I think it was a playoff game, or was it a playoff game, or something like that. He started spitting up blood, and then he like stopped playing almost after that. But
yeah, I probably would too. He'd be like, "Oh, that's bullshit. I'm done." Calling it a day.
Oh yeah. Where were we at? Vikings, Lions, Eagles, Ravens, Steelers.
Ravens.
Yeah, I'll take the Ravens too. They're still 8.
Give me the Ravens.
They're 8-4. The Ravens. Why does that not seem like they're 8-4?
Because it's been a very underwhelming 8-4.
Yeah, and they've lost a couple close games at the end, I think, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, let's see. Chiefs, Broncos, Chiefs. Bucks, 49ers.
Even the Niners. Even with Purdy at QB, that defense is ridiculous.
I heard they were calling him Brock the Glock Purdy.
Brock the Big Cock Purdy.
No. That's only for TJ. This one is Brock the Glock. Brock the
Gotcha.
Glock.
Brock the Glock. I like Glocks. I live in a red state. I'm all about them Glocks.
Nice. MJ, we went over this before. I think we both agree that we like the Waddle side.
Yeah, keep Fields and Waddle.
So yeah, keep Fields and Waddle. If you want to upgrade at QB, then just try and trade somebody else, not Waddle. That's not the guy that you want to trade to go get a QB if that's what you're trying to do.
Agreed.
All right, MJ. Shit, I gotta get to.
Or did you ask and leave again? Come back and ask again?
Maybe. I got to. I gotta get the super chat so MJ ain't mad at me.
MJ,
Shout out to
MJ's
Paige to get those subs in this way.
yeah, MJ's on all of our shows, so I'm just giving him shit.
Robert Smith from the Ohio State U.
Fuck out of here with that the Ohio State bullshit. Please.
I always love those night games when they show the offense and the defense. The U.
Oh yeah, that's like I like the ones that name like their high school
or the Ohio State. All right, guys. I guess we're about to get out of here. Unless y'all got any other questions, throw them in the chat quick before we dip. Let us know. But again, appreciate y'all. Make sure you guys hit that like. Make sure you hit that subscribe. Tune in. I'll be on tomorrow night as well. But Kyle, I guess shout out where they can find you at.
Yeah, it's actually right here on Instagram, Fantasy Football Network.
There you go.
And then we'll be back Sunday morning at noon Eastern for pregame questions right after your boy over here.
Yep. Well, yeah, send me that link. I'll hop on with y'all. Maybe I might skip mine because I do have my daughter. So maybe I'll skip mine and just hop on yours.
Yeah. Bring your viewers with you.
Yeah, definitely. Just like you bring yours here. But thank you, brother. I appreciate you tuning in with me tonight.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, man. It's fun.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Usually I do it by myself if my other two guys ain't here. Of course, it's always better with more people. You get more opinions. You get more stuff out there. But yeah, I was like, you know what? Let me just see what Kyle's up to, see if he could come on.
It's so much easier to talk with somebody than to just talk to yourself in chat. It's weird.
Yep. It was very weird at first for me. I kind of got used to it, but always like at least having somebody to agree or disagree with. MJ says, I literally went to the store, got more alcohol to come home, and then asked my question. I got all this left.
MJ, we love you, bro. He's in
every chat. Fantasy chat. It's hard to donate on certain days, but like I really want to donate today. Yeah, man. Listen, I'm sorry that you can't donate here, but listen, I do have my Patreon as well. It is in the description, so if you wanted to do something there, you absolutely can. But listen, I appreciate you, and keep hopping on, because the more you guys hop on, the more people see that people are viewing it and people are watching, and the more people tune in and the more people subscribe and get in the comments. And
seriously, like hit up his Patreon. Hit up his Patreon or come back Sunday. He's going to be on the Sunday morning show. Mm-hmm. And you can super chat us there. We'll make sure he gets his cut.
Yeah, throw the super chat in there. And then eventually, hopefully, next season I'll have my own that I can do. But I started late this season. Honestly, I didn't really start until like right before the season started. But I'll be having way more, especially now, especially in the off season, a lot more Dynasty stuff coming out, especially stuff about the draft, the rookies. Everybody's asking about that. And then, right before the season starts, we're drafting like every night. We're going to be live every night, just drafting multiple times. We practice.
Yeah. And, the way we've kind of reformulated the network with these Tuesday night events, I don't know that me and Corey are going to do a ton of stuff during the off season, but anytime you want me to hop on with you guys on this, just
definitely
let me know.
Definitely. Let me hold on. MJ's asking for the link. Let me see if I can find
what link you looking for, bro.
I guess for the one for Sunday, maybe.
I don't think we have that one yet.
I'll send you the
MJ, are you in our DMs? In the Fantasy Football Network DMs? I can send it to you there. But it's the same place you come to for everything else when you come to our chats. It's going to be the Fantasy Football Network YouTube then.
MJ, oh, that didn't work. Hold on. I'll put it in for you right now. There you go. Why did that come through Facebook? What the? Melon is funny. I should have just did it.
Oh, you want your Patreon link?
Oh, the Patreon. Oh, my bad. It's in the description. If you go down, hold on. Oh, my bad. It's in the description. Oh, shit. Now I'm clicking on it.
Now you're watching yourself on YouTube.
Is it not in the description? Did I not have? Yeah, it is in there. Hold on. I got it for you right here. Let me plug it in. It should pop up. Let me know if you see that, MJ. Otherwise, I'll pop it in.
Yeah, I just saw it pop up.
Let me pop it in the other way because sometimes it does not.
So it won't let you copy. You should be able to just click the link there in the chat then.
Yeah, MJ, go to the description, and if you click on the description and open up the description, I have links to everything: my Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and the Patreon is there. The Patreon is there as well.
Give him all your money so he can buy booze too.
It's right. It's at the bottom. After you see it says sign up on Underdog, it has the Underdog link. There's Patreon is right over there. Let me know if you got that. If not, follow me on Instagram, Dynasty Life Fantasy, and send me a DM, and I'll just send you the link directly. All right, Dynasty Life Fantasy, Instagram.
You should all be following on Instagram already anyways.
Yes, I always post shit on Instagram. I don't always get to post when I'm on because I'm retarded when it comes to the Instagram stuff sometimes.
I suck at it. Corey handles that for us.
I
have no idea what's going on.
I'm like, the reel is awesome. It's cool. You make the reel. It's got the music and all that, but you can't attach the link to it. It's like, what the? But now
I know how the DMs work, and I know how to like stuff, and that's pretty much it.
You reported me. Oh Jesus! I'm not gonna be able to get the super chats if you're trying to.
They're gonna watch this back. You've been reported. They're gonna watch it back and see what we've been talking about with glory holes and shit. And we're doomed. You're doomed. MJ with the sabotage.
There should be a description somewhere on the YouTube, like right.
Can you not see the link in the chat that he just posted?
And the link should be in there. I don't know. Maybe if it's not letting you copy that or not, but just type it out if anything. Type it out if anything.
Yeah, just type it out in a second browser. That's easy peasy.
All right. I'm trying to find. You gotta find it, bro. It is it says live week 14 preview, and then like right under it's like follow us below for all the fantasy content, redraft and the dynasty, and then it's got links to like everything. So it is directly on this actual video. It should be. So find it there. If not, just DM me, bro. I'll send you the link directly to the DM. All right, Dynasty Life Fantasy. You got anything else, Kyle?
I do not.
All right. Again, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate all y'all, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. And again, don't forget tune in on Sunday, Fantasy Football Network. But we out. Peace.
Have a good night.